is Marvel Age Star Wars Special Edition Star Words.
Star Words. I don't know if we call them special editions.
Well, it's
It's just
Star
Star
Words.
Words.
Well, I guess I could just sing the song again.
Yeah, I'm
Star
sure
Words, nothing but Star Words.
you're pretty good at that, man. I'm not going to try it. Uh,
Yeah, that's a
what are
fun
we
way to say it.
doing? Issue
I'm going to leave the
7?
singing to you because you're so good at it. I'm going to sit
It,
that out because I don't want to ruin what you've got going on with that. I think this is from issue 7.
yeah.
Let's see.
So that's pretty cool.
I should have the actual issue here somewhere from when we were talking about it, just to show you.
These will still be letters about the adaptation.
Yeah, because issue 7 was the first issue that was outside of the adaptation, but yeah. So yeah, that's the issue from number 7, and that is what we are going over. God willing, that is the file that I open.
We'll figure it out.
We don't know what we're doing. All right, so let's jump right into it.
Yeah, let's see what people have to say.
The third letter column that has come out so far in issue 7. So we open up with a special note to Star Warriors. With this issue, Roy.
Are we Star Warriors too? Nice.
We are now. By God.
By purchasing this issue, you are now a Star Warrior.
Exactly. Well, the Lucasfilm fan club probably exists at this point, the Star Wars. We should look for, I'm sure there's an ad in one of those of this. We'll see if we can pull it up and show it to you. But at that point, you could join the Star Wars fan club, and we'll have to track and see when the Bantha Tracks newsletter actually started, but I would assume that it started at the same time that the newsletter, because as the fan club did, because the fan clubs didn't offer anything but a newsletter at that point.
That's pretty early days for a fan club to have official stuff.
Well, we could jump into that too.
They were on top of it.
We can cover every issue of Bantha Tracks if you want. I don't care.
I don't care. I'll do it.
I'll do it. You don't scare
Ain't
me.
Nothing to me. Special note.
With this issue, Roy and Howie become the first team to carry forward the legend of Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Princess Leia, and company beyond the storyline of the blockbusting 20th Century Fox movie release, and they're pleased as a pair of newly refurbished droids about it. For the present, in order to gain a breathing space while director-creator George Lucas himself is deciding where the movie sequel and novelizations thereof will head, the lads are concentrating a bit more on the adventures of Han and Chewbacca than on Luke, the Princess, 3PO, and R2-D2. But more of the latter four will be coming in future issues, never fear. In fact, since this 7th issue of Star Wars was plotted, Roy managed to get together in a huddle with George and the film star Mark Hamill, and all agreed on certain directions the mag will take from this point forward. But we'll leave you guessing on that for now, while we present a random sampling of mail on issue number 3.
Oh, so this is the stuff that came, I guess, after issue number 3.
Yeah, which makes sense.
I like this. Dear people.
Yeah.
I'm going to start all my letters.
Humans.
All my emails from now on. Dear people. I have greatly enjoyed all issues to date of Star Wars. All 3 of them. Yeah. But something has come to my attention. Recently, I saw the movie itself, and when it was over, I rushed home to look at issue number 1. Oh gosh, here we go already.
One of these guys.
On page 18, I saw the words, "This story has no relationship to Earth, time, and space. It occurs in other solar systems, in another galaxy, and could be happening in the future, the past, or even the present." Does it say that in the comic?
I assume it says it on page 18 of issue number 1.
That's weird. I don't ever remember reading that. I wonder if that's in a letter column or something kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't have yeah. Yours is slabbed, so we don't have a copy of.
I'll find it. It's fine.
You can find anywhere.
Okay, fine. But at the very beginning of the movie, I read the words "a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away." These conflicting words puzzle me. Is it in a long time ago, or could it be any time? I need to know. I mean, factually, this isn't fiction. How do I know? Either no prize or explain, please. That's not how no prizes work,
Yeah, you
guys.
explain if you want a no prize. Come on.
Till they put Wookiees in the San Diego Zoo. Make mine Marvel.
That was from Irvin Phillips Jr.
Irvin.
Irvin.
I'm
Sounds like
trying
an
to. I'm not
Irvin.
going to
I
make.
don't be an
Yeah,
asshole, but
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not trying to be mean.
you're being very Irvin right now.
They've already scrolled down a little bit.
He did
Let's
actually
see.
leave a full address, though, if anybody wanted to take it up with him.
Oh yeah, maybe we should email them and
Call him
say,
up,
"Let me
dear person.
let me clarify for you what they meant there, and also how no prizes work." They've already put Darth Vader's feet in cement in front of the famed Chinese theater in Hollywood. Friend, really? That quickly?
Wow.
That's amazing. Darth Vader's feet, like David Prowse's feet, or just like a guy in
just
a
a
Darth Vader
dude in a
suit.
suit.
I mean, that's weird, isn't it?
I think they had the droids do handprints or something too.
So maybe what you propose isn't so far fetched as it may sound. Like, why can't they exist in both realities?
Maybe time is a
But
construct. Who knows?
about the conflict between what we said in Star Wars #1 and what the movie adds and the beginning of the film itself states, you're dead right. You see? You see? Our statement at the time was exactly what George Lucas, who conceived and directed the project from start to finish, intended, that the story have no relation at all to Earth in terms of either time or space. And when Roy, along with inker Steve Leia
Loa.
Loa and
Loa.
letterer, I'm not even going to try that one,
It looks like
saw,
Borzachowski.
well, cool, saw what is called a rough cut of the film at George's home a couple of months before its May release.
Man, drop that as many times as possible, guys.
Yeah,
you've already mentioned for the third time. Roy had lunch with George and Mark
yeah,
Hamill.
back when we hang out with our friend George
It's like
at his house, which we do
you're
all the
referencing
time.
the same events over and over. Just saying.
That beautiful long ago and far away line wasn't there. It was a late addition done perhaps primarily to give the story a kind of fairy tale quality, the once upon a time type of thing. Both it and the other prologue, which begin the film, were added, replacing another prologue, which is quoted
Oops.
verbatim on a splash page of Star Wars 1. Oh, that's neat. I never knew that the prologue in Star Wars 1 was not the one in the film. I guess I never paid attention to that. It's interesting. That's like an original one.
Now that we're going through these letters columns, I think maybe we should revisit issues 1 through 6 as a separate thing. It might be fun.
I think we should, and I'm glad we didn't do it first, because now there's some things I want to look at.
That with some context to do it now.
Things I didn't know to look for before. So that's kind of neat that the prologue in that actually predates the actual movie prologue. So that's interesting. That's one of the problems inherent in adapting a still unfinished movie. For artist Howard Chaykin had already penciled all 6 issues of our adaptation, using the final screenplay, which still varies somewhat from the movie as it actually appeared, and a large number of movie stills, which did not, alas, include a lot of the more technical aspects of the film, such as the background aliens and the already famous cantina sequence, or many of the space battle scenes. I think it's funny that the cantina sequence is a famous scene, just because it has a lot of costumed people in it.
Yeah, well, that was a big deal at the time.
I guess. I mean, you look at it now, and a lot of the costumes and stuff don't look that great. At least before they started.
Well, that's why they did the special
things.
edition. Now it's perfectly fixed.
But I'm just saying it's fun because to me that scene was not the standout scene of the film. I would think like the big space battle at the end would be the thing that people would.
I remember really enjoying the cantina scene. Like I know when the action figures came out, the cantina scene was a big deal because that's where all the cool aliens came from. Like some of the more fun action figures were because of that scene.
Oh, here I go. I just stepped on my own foot. Cantina sequences, or many of the space battle scenes, which I just mentioned. That, for instance, is why Luke's boyhood chum Biggs Darklighter features more prominently in the comic book and in the novelization than in the movie. It may explain a few other things to the more alert reader as well.
Such
are you
as
saying
yourself.
that? Yeah. Are you saying he's not an alert reader?
And I feel like they're trying to well, you're obviously very smart. So we'll give you the inside skinny on why sometimes adaptations are different than the source material.
Duh. They should have just wrote duh.
Now, being smart like you are, you probably know that movies go through different iterations, and sometimes adaptations are based on earlier iterations. But I know you know that because you're really smart. But even so, we'll explain it to the other readers who may not be as savvy as you.
You can
Dear
read
Roy,
Glenn.
this is from Glenn Yamashita in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Now we're finally getting out further from New York
For
and New
real, the
Jersey.
book's made it past New Jersey at this point, yeah. Dear Roy, after seeing the movie Star Wars 4 times and reading the novel
Nice.
2 times, I feel like Darth
Whoa.
Vader just gave me a kick in the pants for not buying the first 3 issues in the Star Wars comic book series. So how can we unlucky persons who miss some of these? This is the days when you would just go to the guy who wrote the book and say, "How do I buy your back issues?" It's like, I don't know, man. Come on. There's no other avenue for this.
I guess if they didn't have comic shops weren't as common, I
I
guess
mean, I
probably
guess
not in Hawaii
writing the
anyway.
publisher and asking how to buy back issues makes perfect sense, but that
Yeah.
seems so alien now. How can we unlucky persons who miss some of the issues in the series get some back issues to fill the gap and correct our oversight? Judging from the letters page in issue number 4, or ish, as the cool kids say, I think you guys struck the jackpot. May Star Wars the comic go beyond the movie and become a legend like the movie. May the Force be with you.
That's a nice little letter.
It is a nice little letter. No weird little backhanded jabs. And with you, Glenn. As you can see, Star Wars does indeed go beyond the movie, beginning with this 7th issue, and Roy and Howie are having a ball. As for yourself, fret not that you missed those early collector's item issues. For one thing, an additional several 100,000 of each of the first several issues has been printed and are being sold even as we speak, mostly in the comic bags, which you'll find at many outlets. That is fun if you see those bagged where they have like the first 3 issues bagged up
Yeah, the
together.
reprints.
Those are pretty cool. They
It's
actually
hard
do.
to find them in bags now, I bet.
Yeah, I bet so. I have a couple too where they actually like doubled up
Excuse me.
issues, like issues 1 and 2 or 1, 2, and 3 in one big issue together. I should pull one of those out and we'll take a look at it at some point because those are kind of fun too. That's just an oddity for a reprint. Secondly, as you doubtless know by now, we've already reprinted Star Wars 1 through 3 in our giant Treasury Edition format, with a print run which dwarfs the regular edition, with
Oh,
issues 4
really?
through 6 making up the second Treasury Edition, which should be coming on sale this very moment. That's interesting.
I
I
didn't know
think
that
the
the
one that
it
I
had a high
have,
print run.
I think the one that I have prints all 6. I have to take a look. Did we? They had so many of those large size editions of the issue. I didn't even pay attention.
And I really am surprised because I thought the print run of Star Wars #1, the regular print, the first print was pretty high. So that they have that the Treasury editions have dwarf the print size, the print runs of those is news to me. That's interesting.
It's funny that they sold a lot of Treasury editions. That's such an odd sort of edition now. All right. Not only that, but Valentine Books is coming out with all 6 issues in rearranged paperback format any week now. That we already showed you in one of the show
Yeah.
and tells. It's just a tiny little thing. By that time, there'll be well over 2 million copies of most of our Star Wars adaptation in print. So if you don't get a copy of some version or other, lad, you just aren't trying hard enough.
Move out of the sticks.
That is your
Get
fault,
away from
Booney.
Hawaii. Yeah. Quit surfing and go to some comic shops. Dear Marvel, Star Wars #3 gave me a pleasant greeting with a fine Gene, is it colon?
Yeah.
Colon cover, Palmer inks. Steve's inks and colors are really doing great things to complement Howard Chaykin's pencils, especially with his use of lights and shade. I love how these guys are paying attention to the art because that's not something I did when I was young. These guys are probably older. They're not like 10-year-olds.
They're like our age.
Yeah, but it's kind of neat that the thing that he wants to talk about is the cover and the inks.
I didn't realize that was a Gene Colan cover. That's interesting. I love him.
So I think that's cool. Glad you like the artwork, Ken. Only thing is, the pencils on the cover #3 were wholesome Howie's own.
All right,
Not
there you go.
not genial Gene's. the latter gentleman being up
Idiot.
into yeah, the latter gentleman being up to his ink pots and Howard the Duck work just now.
That
Poor
is.
guy. He's working on Howard the Duck instead of Star Wars.
Oh, I love Howard the Duck. He did some great work on Howard the Duck.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that's not a
Yeah, don't we'll
not as
do a Howard the
prestigious.
Duck. I don't care one bit. We'll do a Howard the Duck show.
Say, I'll do it right now. I don't care.
Yeah, don't I have every issue. Don't challenge me. I could read you every issue of Howard the Duck right this second.
All new thrills by Marvel's mightiest, the most spectacular superheroine of all, on sale monthly, Miss Marvel.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
So that's not Captain Marvel, that's Ms. Marvel.
Ms. Marvel, yeah. I wonder that's probably back in the days where Captain Marvel was still a man, and Ms. Marvel
Mm,
was an offshoot of that.
maybe.
Because
I'm trying to
back in the
remember
days
when.
of Marvel.
I don't think so though, because Rogue took Ms. Marvel's Captain Marvel's powers pretty early on, like in the early 80s, late 70s.
I can't remember though, because at one point isn't Carol Danvers Ms. Marvel, and then she becomes Captain Marvel at some point. Am I
Yeah,
wrong about
I
that?
don't know, but Rogue took her powers.
Yeah, I remember
That
that.
was that was Bronze Agey kind of stuff. That was I don't know exactly when, but somewhere around 1980. So it's possible that Marvel was still, I don't remember.
Yeah,
But
I never
why
really
don't you
followed
guys?
the Captain Marvel stuff very much.
Yeah, I didn't either. Why don't you guys comment and tell us? And just like these letters, I want you guys to write in and go, actually,
Dear people,
you probably are aware that you're completely wrong about
yeah,
everything.
I'm probably not the first person to point out that you're both idiots, either
Never
separately
before
or
has a
together.
fighting female captured the imagination of the reading public so dramatically. Not
Yikes!
even Wonder
Yeah,
Woman?
Wonder Woman hasn't been invented.
Whatever, guys.
Well,
I love you,
that's
Marvel, but come
Marvel
on.
has that hyperbole going on.
Yeah. That was a short letter column.
Yeah, we got through that one pretty quick. I don't
Well,
know.
I only had like 3 letters in it.
Yeah, that's true. Everyone's long-winded. That's the problem. Do you see my Christmas tree? There it is.
I do. It's very pretty.
I do that for you, Internet. It's not my actual Christmas tree. I have a bigger one in my living room.
You sad little man.
With tiny little presents around it. This is my life.
This is the presents I bought myself because I have no friends.
Well, it is surrounded by toys, and you are a grown man, so that's not off the table as an option.
So I'd get a bigger tree, but there's no room because of all the toys.
Mm-hmm. Because where would I keep all my happiness? Okay, so that was issue number 7.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Only 3 letters. It's a short one, but some interesting tidbits for things for us to look forward to when we do read issue 1. I'm definitely interested in that crawl. Learned that the print run of the Treasury editions was high. I didn't know that. You don't see them that much anymore, so it's kind of weird. I guess they didn't last like the comics did.
I guess I'm like you, and I always assumed that the print run was low on Treasury editions because it was such an odd format. It's so big, and you don't see them. You'll never see them in good condition because it's an impossible format to keep in good condition. It was just a big floppy mess. Every time I see a Treasury edition, it's all bent up, and
I'm guessing that. I mean, I wasn't around. I was alive, but I'm guessing they sold them at like the magazine shelves versus they didn't fit in the comic rack. So maybe they were that size. They're kept with the other magazines, and stores that didn't have comic racks could carry it and stuff. That's probably what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people didn't survive because comic collectors weren't the ones buying it.
And you barely ever see, they do make bags and boards for Treasury edition, but you almost never see them in them because they are big weird ones. I have a bunch of Treasury editions, and only a few of them are bagged and boarded.
Yeah, it's not worth it unless they're in super nice shape, I guess.
Well, it's nice to keep them from getting damaged any further. It is a nice way of keeping them. But anyway, so there that was. That was another fun one. So we'll keep doing these and going through. I do think at some point we should shift and look at see if we can get some Bantha tracks. Take a look at those.
Yeah.
That's the real lore when you really want to look in, because the direct conduit before Bantha tracks, all they had was stuff like this letters column where people would write stuff in and get a little bit of the inside scoop from the comic book creators. But when Bantha Tracks came along, that was the official fan club of Star Wars, and so they did start crafting the official message for fans on weird things like why didn't Chewie get a medal and all that kinds of stuff. You wouldn't imagine that goes that far back, but it does. There's like an early Bantha Tracks that covers that, so that's the kind of thing that fans were always like, yeah, that seems a little weird. Which I should also mention, in the comic books, he does get one.
Say, we don't give medals to non-humans in the Rebel Alliance. I'm sorry, but that is not the kind of organization we run.
Yeah, get that thing out of here.
Yeah. So that's cool. Do you have Bantha Tracks? Do you have the actual?
I don't have
copies?
The actual ones. I got a bunch of them. I got them all in PDF.
Okay, well that's cool. We'll do that.
Good for this.
I've never
show it to you. So
I've never been a member. I was never a member of the fan club. I've never even seen a Bantha Tracks in real life. So it's going to be fun to look at.
Fun. A lot of people do a lot of good archiving online, and I was able to find these, and I was excited about it.
And thank you, people.
Thanks for that. Yeah, for real.
Dear people.
This is the kind of stuff that really preserves the history. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I know that there are some snafus in terms of copyright on some of this stuff, but without people out there that are preserving this so that other people can see it, some stuff like that would just disappear.
Yeah, so, and Lucasfilm's not going to show it to you.
Well, yeah, you don't want someone to make a decision about whether or not you should see it if it's already been put out there. That's something I can't stand. So there it is.
All right.
So we'll show you some of that stuff at some point too. Nobody minds that we're reading the comic books to you. Well, I haven't noticed that.
Well, because we get like 17 views. That 18th viewer, man, that's going to be the one that works at Lucasfilm.
Yeah, just
Disney's going to come down here with like a SWAT team.
Yeah. That's our job.
All right. Thanks, guys, for watching. Check out tv8mydinner.com. Check out TV Ate My Dinner on YouTube.
Yeah, got some new videos on the way for there.
Check out Sean's book on Amazon, The
Cosmic Unconscious is out there.
By Sean Gilberto. It's actually just Gilbert.
Just Gilbert.
Yeah. You can, I don't know if we'll be able to crop our names out or not, but they're down at the bottom of the Zoom window. You could probably see that. But
so it's out there.
Stay tuned. We got another Star Wars coming up. We got issue 19 recorded. That'll be coming out soon. And of course, Mandalorian. Definitely. And I think we got another show and tell too coming soon. So yeah. All right. Lots of good stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks for subscribing.
Like it, it's out there. If you don't like it, it's also out there. But like and subscribe either way.
Yeah. And we'll see you soon.
Thanks.
My name's Brooks.
I'm Sean.
Bye-bye.
Snoop.